Greetings, Warrior fans. Welcome to another edition of the Warrior Weekly Show. I'm Sports Information Director Mike Stetson. I want to thank you for joining us. Despite the rain that's falling outside here in Forest City, we're ready to talk winter sports and hit the ice with head coach Brett Shelanski of the Warrior hockey team. They kick off their season this weekend playing exhibition games against Iowa State, home and away, home on Saturday night. So we're going to sit down and talk with the head coach about what the season looks like for the team. We're also going to meet with Marissa Kuik, who had a phenomenal first week of the season in cross country, won a race on Saturday, 6 days later won another race. She's off to a fantastic start as she looks for a return to the national championships. Now it's time for the Warrior Weekly Show. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, fans. I want to thank you for joining us today. Today we're talking ice hockey with head coach Brett Shelanski. Brett, first off, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about the season. I know it's early. People have already mentioned it. Carl from KIOW stopped by and surprised with the 80-degree weather last week. You guys are already hitting the ice, but how exciting is it for you guys to be getting ready for the season?
It's nice. It's been a long off season, and our annual returners have been excited to get back and be back with the guys and continue working towards our goals as a team and the things that we want to accomplish. So it's been exciting to get everybody together with the returners and the newcomers and get started again.
Iowa State this weekend. You play down there Friday night and then up at Albert Lee on Saturday. I want to remind fans, come out, support the guys as they get their season underway. Exhibition games for you guys. What do you hope to see this weekend to build on for the big season?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing you're looking for is how guys respond in a real-time game environment, 5-on-5 against somebody wearing a different color. You know what I mean? So. Iowa State's very, very good. They're very experienced. I believe they lost 3 players off their team last year. Impact guys, 2 goaltenders. Both their guys that played minutes, but they're going to be a very veteran-laden team, and they can always skate. They can always get up and down the rink, and they always have a lot of size. So it's going to be kind of a tale of 2 teams with us being as young as we are and them being as experienced as they are, but. You get on there with nothing to lose and just see what you got, so it's exciting.
You mentioned a lot of things that we need to talk about. Impact players, especially in goal. You guys obviously return a wealth of goaltending that was phenomenal last year, and those guys are still young as sophomores. Talk about the play in the net. I know that's a big deal in the game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're thrilled to have those 4. To have them all be, 3 sophomores and a freshman, but the freshman redshirt was with us last year. It's a great dynamic back there. They're all extremely competitive. But that being said, they all support each other, and they all want to win, and they'll support the guy that's in there either way. And we have the utmost trust and the utmost confidence in those guys that they're going to get it done. And just having a year under their belt last year is going to be huge, and it's going to be one heck of a battle back there for sure.
Being as this will be an exhibition weekend, will we see a lot of goaltenders playing? A couple of periods for each to see who's going to be at the go-to guy, or have you got a go-to guy this year?
No. I can honestly tell you, we definitely don't. It's definitely up in the air. It's a competition. It probably will be week to week, game to game. You will see a couple different guys in there this weekend for sure. We want to get their feet wet. Excuse me, get them some game minutes and and make sure they're ready to go, because we start for real. We've got Belleville in the regular season the following weekend, so we want to make sure we get those guys some pucks and some action, and like I said, let them get their feet wet.
You mentioned the regular season starting. Fans who've watched the hockey team have seen you guys progress all the way up to where now it's a full NAIA sport, and there's a full stable of teams. You guys have, 20 league games, something like that? 20-ish?
28.
28 league games. So after we finish with Iowa State, every weekend throughout the season's a league contest. How much extra pressure does that put on, or is that exciting that you have that many games and they're all league contests?
Yeah, I think it's both. The league is so good top to bottom. It's obviously it's small, but you have to show up every night and you have to play every night, or you're gonna get beat. So that part of it is exciting, and it is a little change from kind of the old world where every game does matter, and so I mean it's an exciting thing to be playing that many league games, and the opponents we see night in and night out, and if people have a chance to make it out to the rink, I think they're going to be impressed with the quality of hockey.
How much did that change playing in the league last year, the NAIA league? How much did that change how the team is going to do and looks this year for you as a coach?
I think we were in a bit of a unique spot, but a good spot, where we were able to kind of recruit for the level we're at now. Being as young as we are, that could lead to some adversity for sure, but it's going to pay off in the end. And all these guys kind of came here and signed here to play at this level of hockey, and they're this level, they're this caliber of player. So I think that definitely helped us. Seeing the league last year and kind of being in the midst of building our team and the footprint that we want was definitely helpful.
Talk about some of the guys coming in that are going to be impact guys. There's a lot of young players, so there's a lot of chance for guys that are new to make an impact.
There's a lot of young players, but I can honestly say they are all going to fill a role this year for us, and that's especially exciting. There isn't going to be anybody really that we see that we're going to have the luxury of bringing along slowly. Our roster just isn't broken down that way. So we have 4 new defensemen that we're real excited about, and that are, you build from the back out, right? So I mean, they, it starts in goal with our returners, and we've got the 4D that we're pretty excited about bringing in, and that brings us to the 5 new forwards, which they bring a lot of speed, they bring a lot of skill. I've been very impressed with our hockey sense so far in the first 2 weeks of practice here, and so it's a good nucleus to build around, both with the guys that we bring back from last year, and the 9 freshmen this year have so far stepped in and not missed a beat, and look like they certainly belong here and can play at this level. So,
looking at the roster, just 1 senior this year. So obviously he's going to have to provide some leadership. Anyone else in the returners, aside from in the net, that you expect to pick up that leadership mantle or have a big impact?
Well, we kind of obviously, with the breakdown of our roster this year, we had that discussion with the returning players. Is it doesn't matter if you're a captain. It doesn't matter that, obviously, other than the 1 senior, they're all sophomores. They're looked upon for that leadership role. So I mean, we count on all those guys for leadership. But Braden Pierce is our other captain, along with Ryan Viette. He brings a lot of high-level experience, even though he's a sophomore, and he's an older guy, played out his junior hockey eligibility. So we count on him a lot for leadership, and guys like Taylor Carr and Darren Bruce and Anthony Chavez and Sean Teskey, and like I said, all of our returners. Sean Maloney is going to be important in that role for us this year, and all 4 goaltenders, and it really is a team effort. There's really nobody coming back that we don't expect to help lead the way.
I think in hockey, people don't understand the game as much, talking about height and size and some of those things. Doing the photos of the guys this year and meeting some of them, you got some guys that are big on this team, especially on the blue line, that can be a force. How nice is that you have that mix of the guys that are probably smaller with the little speed and the finesse, because you got some brutes out there.
Yeah, no, it's definitely exciting. Definitely agree with that. We've got some size in the back end. And I think we're pretty quick up front. We got some speed, and you know, I don't think we're small up front, but we're definitely not as big as we are on the back end. It's exciting. I mean, that's a nice blend of size and speed, and we think we've got the skill to create offense. Obviously you need more than skill to score in this league, but we think we've got the makings to be a successful hockey team.
Is there going to be a focus, offense, defense, fast-paced game, or is it going to be a grinded-out game, or is it just going to be however the night goes?
Yeah, I mean, you'll take a win any way you can get it, right? But on a given night, we like to emphasize playing fast, and I think our speed enables us to play that way. We'll want to get the puck up the ice quickly and create chances, with our skill. But we're going to have to be gritty. We're going to have to go to the net and screen goalies and get second, third chances, because that's how you score at this level. But speed, tempo, and pace will be important for us this year.
How do you guys stack up? I know this team is young and there's going to be a bright future, but does that bright future start with some big success this year?
Yeah, I think it can. When you look around the league, there's some teams that graduated a lot last year. I mean, as we did. So we won't be alone in the boat of having a lot of newcomers and being a young team like that. I still think we're going to be far and away the youngest team in this league. But the guys showed last year that they can beat anyone in this league. So, I mean, we had wins against everybody in the league last year. So they know that, and having some of our core guys have a year under their belt, I think definitely helps. And the rest is going to be the leadership that they provide for our young guys, and how we gel and come together as a team. And anything can happen for sure.
I want to remind you fans, this weekend, Saturday night, up at Albert Lee Ice Arena, the guys will be hitting the ice against Iowa State. Friday, they're on the road down at Ames. Nothing going on Friday night. A great time to head down to Ames and catch the boys, give them a lot of support, fill the stands with purple. Appreciate it, Coach. Good luck this season, and good luck this weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome back, fans. We are now joined by Waldorf junior Marissa Kuik, who has, just been tearing it up in cross country this year. 2 races in 6 days and 2 wins already on the season. First, congratulations. It's been a great season so far.
Thank you.
Talk a little bit about the season so far. What has been going right in the first couple races?
I think just the training that I have from the summer has helped put me in a good spot to pick up where I left off from track season. Our coach gave us a really good plan for the summer with a little more mileage and workouts to give me a good base to set me up for a good start.
Mm-hmm. Defending cross-country champion in the conference, 2 indoor titles last year, 2 outdoor titles last year. You went to nationals in outdoor, you went to nationals in cross-country. It's quite a resume so far. How excited are you to have that kind of success that you've had?
I'm pretty excited. Last year was really kind of new for me because I never was a real standout athlete in high school. So I'm excited though to build off of it, and with new team and recruits and people stepping up this year, I'm excited to see what our team does at the conference level.
I've seen some people that when they get to college, they do have that, they kind of blossom and their career takes off. Was there something since you've come to Waldorf? Was it the training, the coaching, or do you just feel like you've found your stride, so to speak, and that's what's been successful.
Yeah, definitely. The biggest thing for me was I had a mental switch. At the end of my freshman year, I decided that I was going to win conference and I wasn't going to let anything get in my way, so I worked really hard in the summer. I changed my eating habits. I changed how I thought while running, where I took pressure off myself and just believed in myself that I could do it, that I was no different than any other runner, and that I could be just as good as those at the head of the conference.
Seems to have worked pretty well.
Yeah.
Now you come into this year, you said the training this summer was a big factor in how you've done so far. What kind of training were you doing? How many miles were you running a week? Give people an idea of how tough of a training regime it was.
Yeah, so I was at about 70 to 75 miles a week. We did 2 workouts each week and 1 long run. One workout was tempo runs on Monday. I built up to about 8-mile tempo run. And then the other workout was on Thursday, which was usually like repeats or an interval workout. And then my long run was 14 miles.
Wow. So now I know some of the guys have done the marathon. Are you thinking about a marathon?
I have thought about it because recently we did an up-tempo long run where we actually pick up the pace, and I felt pretty good in that run, and I actually got lost and ended up running 17 miles, and that didn't seem so bad, but I also kind of want to focus on more track races since that's what I can do in college, and the marathon I can always do after. So it's in the back of my mind, but still a little hesitant.
So now you've been conference champion in cross country. You've been to nationals. What are the expectations for this year, your junior year? I mean, you still are going to have another year after this, but how good can you be?
All-American, that's the goal.
What is All-American, top
30?
Well, I appreciate you taking time to meet with us. I know you got practice, you got to get out and run. Fortunately, the rain has stopped, so hopefully it'll be a little warmer outside this week off. But fans, be sure check out the cross-country team. They'll actually be running at Waverly at the end of this month, and early next month they'll be down in Mason City. A great chance for you guys to come out, cheer on the men and the women. And Marissa, she is having a phenomenal season, as well as the rest of the runners. They swept the runners of the week this week, you and Andrew, so congratulations on that. So it'd be a great time when they're down in Mason City here in a few weeks to come out, cheer them on, and support the Warrior Cross Country team. Thanks a lot, Marissa, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.